Have you ever wondered what happens when engineers take the heart of a fighter jet and bolt it onto a machine with wheels? The result is something far beyond a normal car. It's a terrifying, fire-breathing monster capable of speeds that seem to defy the laws of physics. Today, we're counting down the 10 craziest jet-powered and aircraft engine vehicles ever built. Some shattered world records, some changed automotive history forever, and some ended in catastrophic disasters that shocked the world. Trust me, you won't believe the machine waiting at number 1. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and let's dive into the wildest speed machines ever created. Long before jet engines existed, speed came from one simple philosophy: bigger is better. In 1911, the legendary Fiat S76 arrived and instantly became one of the most insane vehicles ever built. Under its massive hood sat a gigantic 28.5-liter four-cylinder engine. Originally inspired by aircraft technology, this monster produced explosions so violent that flames shot directly from the side of the engine. Drivers weren't protected by modern safety equipment. They sat exposed to heat, noise, vibration, and pure danger, reaching over 116 miles per hour at a time when most cars struggled to reach half that speed was almost unimaginable. The Fiat S76 wasn't just a car. It was a mechanical beast that demanded courage from anyone brave enough to drive it. As the 1920s began, engineers became obsessed with stuffing aircraft engines into cars. That obsession gave birth to the incredible Sunbeam 350 HP. Hidden beneath its sleek bodywork was an enormous 18.3-liter V12 aircraft engine originally designed for sea. When racing legend Malcolm Campbell got behind the wheel, the machine became a record-breaking weapon. Flying across the sands of Wales, Campbell pushed the Sunbeam to nearly 150 miles per hour, setting a new standard for speed. The thunderous sound of its V12 echoed across the beach and ignited a worldwide race for land speed supremacy. But the pursuit of speed has always come with a price. Few vehicles prove that better than Babs, powered by a massive 27-liter Liberty V12 aircraft engine from World War I bombers. Babs was one of the most powerful machines of its era. Driven by engineer and racer J.G. Thomas, it became a world record holder. Tragically, while attempting another record run in 1927, a heavy drive chain snapped at extreme speed. The chain violently entered the cockpit, instantly killing Thomas. The accident shocked the racing world and became one of the most tragic moments in automotive history. For decades, Babs remained buried beneath the sands before eventually being restored and preserved as a symbol of both engineering, brilliance, and the dangers of speed. In the 1930s, the legendary Napier-Railton pushed aircraft engine performance to a whole new level. Powered by a monstrous 24-liter Napier Lion W12 aircraft engine, producing around 580 horsepower. It looked more like a fighter plane than a race car. Unlike previous speed machines designed only for straight-line runs, this beast was built to corner. Driven by John Cobb, it dominated Britain's famous Brooklands circuit and set a lap record that still stands today. The sight of this giant silver machine screaming around the banking remains one of motorsport's most unforgettable images. Fast forward to the late 1960s and the jet age had arrived. Engineers began exploring gas turbines as an alternative to traditional piston engines. One of the most fascinating experiments was the Howmet TX. Instead of using a conventional V8, it relied on a turbine engine originally developed for military helicopters. The result was unlike anything else on the track. It was lightweight, incredibly smooth, and surprisingly successful. In fact, it became the only turbine-powered race car to win official races. Yet one major flaw prevented widespread adoption: throttle lag. Drivers had to anticipate acceleration seconds before reaching corners. Despite its limitations, the Howmet TX remains one of the boldest experiments in racing history. Around the same time, Lotus introduced another revolutionary machine, the Lotus 56, powered by a Pratt & Whitney gas turbine. This futuristic racer arrived at the Indianapolis 500 and stunned everyone. It featured four-wheel drive, radical aerodynamics, and performance that left competitors scrambling for answers. Driver Joe Leonard dominated much of the race and appeared destined for victory. Then disaster struck. With only a handful of laps remaining, a tiny fuel pump component failed, ending the team's dream. The car was so advanced and so competitive that racing officials quickly changed regulations, effectively ending the turbine era before it could truly begin. Then came the era of pure jet thrust. No drivetrain, no transmission, just raw aviation power. The Vampire jet car is one of the most famous examples, powered by a Rolls-Royce Orpheus turbojet engine producing roughly 5,000 pounds of thrust. It achieved speeds exceeding 300 miles per hour, but many people remember it for a different reason. In 2006, television presenter Richard Hammond suffered a horrifying crash while driving the Vampire during a high-speed run. Traveling at nearly 300 miles per hour, a tire failure sent the vehicle tumbling violently across the ground. Miraculously, Hammond survived. The crash became a stark reminder that extreme speed leaves absolutely no room for error. If the Vampire was extreme, thrust too was something else entirely. Built by Richard Noble and powered by a massive Rolls-Royce Avon jet engine from a fighter aircraft. This machine generated an astonishing 17,000 pounds of thrust. Running on solid aluminum wheels, it looked more like a missile than a car. In 1983, Noble piloted Thrust 2 across Nevada's Black Rock Desert and achieved a world land speed record of 633.4 miles per hour. At those speeds, every tiny steering correction could mean the difference between history and disaster. Now imagine taking a sized semi-truck and turning it into a jet-powered monster. That's exactly what happened with the legendary Shockwave jet truck. Built by Les Shockley, it features 3 military jet engines producing a combined 36,000 horsepower and over 21,000 pounds of thrust. This gigantic machine can blast through the quarter mile in just over 6 seconds, while reaching nearly 300 miles per hour. Massive flames shoot from its exhaust pipes, and the ground literally shakes when the engines ignite. It isn't just a vehicle, it's a rolling explosion designed purely for entertainment and speed. And finally, we arrive at number 1, the Bloodhound Land Speed Record Project. This isn't merely a car, it's a supersonic engineering masterpiece designed to break the 1,000-mile PRO barrier. Powered by a Eurofighter Typhoon jet engine and an additional rocket system, Bloodhound produces the equivalent of more than 135,000 horsepower. Its advanced carbon fiber construction, aerospace-grade materials, and cutting-edge technology make it one of the most ambitious vehicles ever conceived. The goal is simple, yet almost impossible: become the first-wheeled vehicle in history to exceed 1,000 miles per hour. Whether or not it ultimately succeeds, Bloodhound represents humanity's endless obsession with pushing boundaries and achieving the impossible. Looking back at these incredible machines, one thing becomes clear: the pursuit of speed has always inspired engineers to dream bigger, build faster, and take risks that most people would consider insane. From roaring aircraft engines and screaming turbines to rocket-powered land missiles, these vehicles prove that innovation often lives on the edge of madness. So now, it's your turn. Which of these insane speed machines is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through the wildest aircraft-powered vehicles ever built, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more incredible automotive stories. We'll see you in the next one.